All right, viewers, let's quickly cut across to the latest bit of news break that is coming in right now as we speak. We're going to get our viewers the very latest in just a short while. Breaking news coming in. Apollo Hospital have announced the rollout of India's third vaccine, Sputnik V, from the second week of June. Each dose of vaccine will be priced at 995 plus 200 administration charges at Apollo hospitals. This is the latest that is coming in. I want to cut across immediately to my colleague Sneha Murdani, who's joining us with the very latest. Sneha, what more can you add to this news break?
So what's really happened here is that, as confirmed by Dr. Reddy's to us, is that private hospitals will be the only ones having the jabs at least till the end of June or so, because logistics is a bit of a problem here. Right now at minus 18 degrees, it's not possible for RDIF to make this vaccine available to government hospitals or to state-run vaccination sites, and that's the reason why this conversation, not just with Apollo but also with private companies. As expected, this is along the same lines in terms of the pricing that has been announced by Dr. Reddy's already. These are the vaccines that have been imported from Russia. These are not India-made vaccines. The expectation is that when these vaccines come to India, the price is going to be somewhere around 700 rupees or so. At least 6 companies will be manufacturing. So in the next few weeks or so, perhaps sometime in the month of August, we will see the prices of the vaccine Sputnik V come down in the country, because these will be the vaccines that will be made in India. 6 companies will be doing it. But right now, the prices, as you spelled out, Preeti, is round about 900 rupees or so for the vaccine and about 200 rupees for cost of administering the vaccine. And like I said, right now, Covan also has got only 2 options of Covishield and Covaxin. But soon you will see this open up further to Sputnik V. But it's going to be available in only very limited quantities in a handful of private hospitals.
Right. All right, Sneha, appreciate you joining us with the very latest. We're going to continue to come back to you for further details. So Sputnik V is only going to be rolled out privately. It will not be available through government vaccine plan. It will be available on a pay-to basis where private hospitals are concerned. We will keep our viewers updated on this. Let's quickly move on, because on the sidelines of India's vaccination plan is a whole new political spectrum which is playing out as we speak. Rahul Gandhi now jumping in. The Congress, through it all, has attacked the government for having a faulty vaccination plan. The latest, Congress MP Rahul Gandhi launched a scathing attack on the Prime Minister over his handling of the pandemic, saying all warnings of an impending second wave were ignored and even opposition leaders' warnings were swept aside. He also raised the issue of a slow vaccination drive, saying there are no vaccines for India's, despite the country being the vaccine capital. Rahul also directly lashed out at the Prime Minister, saying he was busy doing drama and did not act to fight coronavirus. Union Minister Prakash Javadekar, meanwhile, reacted, hitting back at Rahul Gandhi.
First wave, ठीक है, उसमें बात समझ नहीं आई, वो अलग चीज है। मगर ये जो सेकंड वेव है, ये प्रधानमंत्री की जिम्मेदारी है। प्रधानमंत्री ने जो नौटंकी की, प्रधानमंत्री ने जो अपनी जिम्मेदारी पूरी नहीं की, इसका कारण सेकंड वेव है।
पूरी देश की पूरी जनता के साथ कोविड का सामना कर रहे, तब ये नौटंकी शब्द का उपयोग करते हैं ऐसे प्रयासों का, ये देश का और जनता का अपमान है। एक बताना चाहूंगा, हम उनकी नौटंकी ऐसा शब्द नहीं यूज करेंगे कि उनकी नौटंकी जनता ने कब की बंद कर दी है।
All right, viewers, let's focus on the state of Uttar Pradesh, and this is an India Today Impact story. India Today had reported how in one village in UP, 20 people were given a cocktail of vaccines, one Covishield and the other one Covaxin. Even though there have been no reported adverse effects that any of those 20 have faced, the Chief Minister has now cracked down and action is going to be taken against the negligent officers.
Call it bizarre, About 20 people were given a vaccine cocktail in Uttar Pradesh's Siddharthnagar. First dose Covishield and second Covaxin. Local health officials called it a mistake, an administrative oversight. But the incident has sparked massive confusion. Is mixing vaccines dangerous or an immunity booster? Government protocol on vaccination state that people must take both shots of the same vaccine, as there is no evidence-based trial done on mixing Covishield and Covaxin shots. The villagers claim that they were unaware of what was being given, but so far have not reported any serious adverse effects after this vaccine cocktail. The Indian government health expert on vaccination says that it is not protocol, but it isn't a cause of concern either.
प्रोटोकॉल के हिसाब से हमें सजग रहना है कि ऐसे नहीं हो, बिकॉज दैट इज हाउ इट शुड बी कि पहले जो टीका लगे उसी वैक्सीन का दूसरा टीका. लेकिन फिर भी अगर ऐसे हो भी गया है, सर्टेन कर लीजिए, उस व्यक्ति को बेसिकली नॉट टू वरी.
Experts, however, say one cannot mix vaccines without proper clinical trials, and both Covishield and Covaxin are made differently based on different technologies.
यदि पहली डोज कोवैक्सिन की लगी है तो दूसरी डोज कोविशील्ड की नहीं लेनी चाहिए. सिमिलरली पहली डोज कोविशील्ड की लगी है तो दूसरी डोज कोवैक्सिन की नहीं लेनी चाहिए. दोनों ही अलग वैक्सीन हैं. एक वेक्टर्ड वैक्सीन है, दूसरी इनएक्टिवेटेड वैक्सीन है. एट दिस पॉइंट मिक्स एंड मैच बिल्कुल नहीं करना चाहिए. जो पहली डोज ली है दूसरी डोज भी उसी वैक्सीन की होनी चाहिए.
Please do not mix your vaccine.
Yes.
See, anything that is done beyond a clinical trial, we do not know what is going to happen. No doubt, there are studies going on right now, internationally, and hopefully we will have results in a few months. But at this time, you rather wait and stagger, getting your second dose, but stick to the same vaccine.
Those people who have recently gotten two different vaccines by mistake, we should actually study the antibody response. We should take the data out of those patients who got it, see what their experience has been, if they monitor them closely, and then we will have actually a default subset to see the safety and answer a lot of the questions.
But studies on mixing vaccines are being conducted globally. Clinical trials combining doses of AstraZeneca and Sputnik V jabs began in February, but both of these are adenovirus vector vaccines. One study in Spain found that using Pfizer for the first shot and Covishield for the second produced a potent immune response against the novel coronavirus. But the Spanish trial was conducted under supervision. Mixing doses is not recommended anywhere on the planet, and certainly not outside clinical trials. With Milind Sharma, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, we are shifting focus now to the state of Karnataka. While work has resumed in various countries across the world, the NRI population in Mangaluru is in a fix. They don't have access to vaccines. They haven't been able to get access to vaccines. On the other front, the countries that they are from are not letting them in, where they are working, of course, are not letting them in without a vaccine shot. My colleague Nabila Jamal reports.
I need the job very badly right now. The situation is such that I have to reach there. But only thing is that right now I'm not finding vaccine anywhere. All this is making really worried and frustrated.
Arif works in the Gulf and is visiting Mangaluru for the delivery of his baby. Now a proud father, Arif's job is in jeopardy due to vaccine shortage. His employers are demanding vaccination certificates before resuming work.
This was my new job after a long time, because last year also it was very bad. So this was a new job. So I had to reach there by this month start, that is 1st of this month. But what happened is I'm stuck here, and my employer also is not waiting for me. He is not responding.
Do you need the first jab only or both the jabs?
Both the jabs also. Okay. Things are getting worse more than expected. Yeah.
Okay.
Thousands of NRIs in Mangaluru are helpless due to non-availability of vaccines. Mushtaq has been working in the Gulf all his life. His family is happy for the extended break, but he is anxious.
अभी मैं यहाँ किए 6 महीना हुआ। तो उधर बैठ के उधर फ्लाइट का प्रॉब्लम था, इसीलिए मैं बाद में इंतज़ार कर करके चार्टर फ्लाइट में इधर आया। इधर आने के बाद थोड़ा नॉर्मल था, बाद में लॉकडाउन हुआ, फ्लाइट भी बंद हुआ। पहले वैक्सीन के बिना जा सकता था, लेकिन अभी उधर से जो सऊदी जो रूल्स है बिना वैक्सीन का अलाउड नहीं है, इसीलिए वैक्सीन कंपलसरी है। तो हम लोग इधर वैक्सीन नहीं मिल रहा है, वो लोग बिना वैक्सीन को नहीं छोड़ रहा है।
आपका फर्स्ट डोज मिल गया?
नहीं, फर्स्ट डोज किधर मिल गया, फर्स्ट डोज ही नहीं मिल रहा है इधर।
Mohammed is also sailing in the same boat. He's got pending projects in Saudi and cannot afford to stay in India any longer.
We are working abroad. Our bread and butter is in abroad. So I request the government to provide the proper necessary vaccines to the people, especially for us because, our family and we depend on, Gulf.
Work visa is only available if the applicant can produce vaccine certificate for both doses. As countries reopen for business, the vaccine crunch has left lakhs of NRIs who are in India helpless. Nabila Jamal for India Today in Mangaluru.
Well, this is another story coming in from Karnataka, where a 22-year-old plant, a steel plant, industrial steel plant in Ballari, is now proving to be a lifesaver in the state of Karnataka. Primarily, why, viewers? Because this plant, industrial plant, is now being used to produce liquid medical oxygen, essential in these times.
In the month of April and even in May, many hospitals in Bengaluru and other districts were starved of medical oxygen as the number of COVID cases began to rise exponentially. Patients were struggling to find oxygen beds, and many also lost their lives due to lack of such beds. JSW Steel in Ballari began to supply liquid medical oxygen to meet medical requirements of state governments and hospitals for treating COVID-19 patients by cutting down on its crude steel production by 7 to 8%. Today, the 4 oxygen plants on the sprawling 8,000-acre JSW campus supply more than 800 metric tons of liquid medical oxygen on a daily basis. The steel authorities had to first figure out on how to reduce the consumption of oxygen that is used in the production of steel and channelize it towards producing more liquid oxygen and augment the number of cry tankers.
We have almost 10,000 tons capacity per day, but it is a gaseous form because we use as a gaseous form for the steel purpose. But for emergency purpose, we generate 5 to 7% liquid, that is as a backup.
At the plant, oxygen tankers can be seen waiting to enter and get filled with precious liquid medical oxygen. It is a meticulous process that needs to be followed.
45 minutes is spent right over here where they are filled with liquid oxygen. That's medical liquid oxygen. So it's on a weighbridge now. This 20-ton cryogenic tanker is parked. Purity and pressure is checked. Then the pumping of liquid oxygen takes place. In fact, just next to it is this huge tank containing liquid oxygen.
The tanker comes in after entering into our gate, which is around 5 to 6 kilometers away from here. Then the tanker runs at a speed of 20 kilometers per hour. That is very much ensured. It is a safety requirement.
The officials also showed us a sample of the liquid medical oxygen that is being supplied throughout the state and how important it is to handle this product with utmost care.
These people are our COVID warriors who work behind the scenes, making sure that liquid medical oxygen is produced day in and day out so that our families are all safe. With video journalist Madhuar, Nolan Pinto for India Today.
All right, viewers, focusing back on the national capital, Delhi now will begin the process of unlocking from Monday. Primarily, the cases have come down where the national capital is concerned, and the Delhi government has decided to begin the unlock process from 5 a.m. on May 31st. The decision was taken after a crucial meeting of the Delhi Chief Minister with the LG, Anil Baijal. Kejriwal announced that construction activities and factories will be reopened from Monday, keeping the daily wage workers in mind. More relaxations will be given each week if cases do not rise. However, he also pointed out that if cases surge once again, then a lockdown would be imposed and urged people to only step out for essential work. Currently, Delhi has the infection rate of 1.59% and the city is reported 1,141 cases in the last 24 hours and 139 deaths. Meanwhile, a Delhi-based trader association has requested that Delhi government to lift restrictions following a drop in cases in the national capital.
अदर हफ्ता हम जनता के सुझावों के आधार के ऊपर और एक्सपर्ट्स की ओपिनियन के आधार पर इसी तरह से धीरे धीरे लॉकडाउन खोलने की प्रक्रिया जारी रखेंगे, बशर्ते कोरोना फिर से बढ़ने ना लगे। अगर बीच में ऐसा लगता है कि कोरोना बढ़ने लग गया तो फिर हमें एक्टिविटीज़ खोलने की प्रक्रिया को भी रोकना पड़ेगा। सोमवार को सुबह 5 बजे तक ये वाला लॉकडाउन है। आज इन दो चीज़ों को मीटिंग में ये तय किया गया कि इन दो गतिविधियों को सोमवार को सुबह से खोला जाएगा। जब 5 बजे ये वाला लॉकडाउन ख़त्म होगा तो अगले एक हफ्ते के लिए इन दो गतिविधियों को खोला जा रहा है, कंस्ट्रक्शन एक्टिविटीज़ को और फैक्ट्रीज़ को। इन दो गतिविधियों को खोला जा रहा है।
Also now in the latest news, there is a partial relief coming in for fugitive diamond heir Mehul Choksi. A Dominica court has now held his deportation primarily till the next hearing, which is scheduled to take place shortly. The development comes after Choksi's lawyer filed a habeas corpus plea in the court saying that he was denied legal rights. Mehul Choksi's lawyer made some sensational charges saying that his client was severely beaten, his eyes were swollen and that he had several burnt marks on his body. His lawyer went on to say that Choksi was abducted at Jolly Harbour in Antigua and brought to Dominica by people he believed to be Indian of the Antigua police. Remember, Mehul Choksi is an accused in the multi-crore PNB scam and has been on the run since 2018. With that, viewers, I'm going to slip into a quick break. Warm welcome, viewers. You're watching a fact-check segment where we bust certain myths masquerading to be facts on social media platforms and WhatsApp groups. You might have seen this on various WhatsApp groups suggesting that black fungus is spread due to chicken, farm chicken. False, there is no fact to it. Black fungus cannot spread where contact comes between humans to animals. With that fact check, it's time for us to wrap up this edition of 7 at 7. Do stay with us. Up next is our COVID dispatch from rural Punjab.